All right. As he comes in, I'm finding that target. I'm transitioning from my neutral to my reverse bow. But one very important part of this is not getting stuck in your stance. Move your body out of the way. I find students get really stuck transitioning from the neutral to the reverse, and they don't feel like they can move. At your level, a green belt, you should take logical choices and make logical choices when you're practicing these techniques. So get out of the way. So as he comes in, I move back, right? I transition from my neutral to my reverse, but I move my body. As he comes in, I block and I redirect the the kicking leg. I shuffle up with the left, hit the groin with the heel kick, I plant the right leg. Based off the reaction of the heel kick to the groin, I see his head there, and I hook kick the face, cross out, step back, on drive. Okay, let's take a look at this from another angle. As he comes in, shift, redirect, scoop kick the groin, and hook kick the face. Cross out, step back, on guard. The timing of the beginning, one time quick. It's one, bam. Almost immediately after his leg hits the ground, my heel should be hitting the groin. And then from there, I just simply follow the shape of the human anatomy, kind of contouring the left leg's action right up, crack to the face. Cross out, step back. Circle. And that would be called Circle of Doom. So, shaking hands, I want to get out of the way of that oncoming attack. I step off the line. The left arm goes up underneath, left hand goes up underneath to the wrist as I step off, dropping my body's weight into a nice solid stance, and then lifting that elbow up, pulling down with the right hand, lifting up with the elbow, using my left hand as leverage. Now from here, I'm going to step back, I'm going to wring out his arm, going clockwise, re-grabbing with the left around the wrist, stepping back to my 730. From that, I pull, and with the back fist to the mandible or mastoid process. His head is going in this direction, so I'm going to play a little pinball. It's a boom, pop. And there's that collapsing elbow as I step up the circle to 430 with my left, crossing out, step back. Let's go ahead and take a look at this from one more angle. I want to get away from that. I sink down low. I rise him up. Wrench, back fist, collapsing elbow, cross out, step back on guard. Okay, full speed. From here, pop, drop, bam. Cross out, step back on guard. Sir, thank you. And that's called Broken Gift. So as Sensei Gabe attacks, I attack back. Boom. Right? Shooting that first strike up in there. Now, that blasting motion is very important to get here. I'm smothering this attack. I want to stop it before it gains all that power and momentum. So left leg steps in, I strike and immediately start that circle around to catch the elbow. I catch the elbow, pull back with the right leg, up the circle, making him step forward. Opening up with the left, taking out with the right. From that position, I grab, I stomp on the mandible or the throat, I then take my foot and take that arm out as I disarm. Cross out on guard. Let's take a look at a different angle. So as he comes in, I shoot, continue the motion, around, open up, take him down. From here, stomp, sweep and stomp again, cross out, and step back on guard. So we call this the cha-cha because the footwork is a little bit dancey, right? I step, up, step, sweep. And that's what you want to practice. Step, up the circle, open them up, and sweep. So get that down, practice it at home, and then once we get a body in front of you, it'll make a lot more sense. Good luck. Sure. So as he's coming in at me, shooting for the legs, I step off, I parry the head with the left. Simultaneously, I use the knee and the hammer at the same time. From this shot here, he continues that motion. I must absorb it, so I step back with the right leg and drop into the elbow strike to the spine. He still has some gas in him, so he turns on me. I parry the head, and I shoot the punch, raking it down the mandible and kicking the groin with a scoop kick. Cross out, step back, on guard. Okay, let's take a look at this from another angle. As he comes in, I catch, shoot the elbow. He turns on me, I shoot the heel and the punch, cross out on guard. And that would be intercepting the rim. Thank you, sir. So go ahead and stand right there. We'll go this way. So as he shoves, I leap from danger. He comes in, I fire my roundhouse, fire my back kick, cross out, step back on guard. Now, if that was my left shoulder that I rolled on, I would end up with my right leg forward, left leg back out of that roll. Nothing really changes other than the sides I use in the leg. I take a right leg step off the line, I fire my left roundhouse into my right spinning back kick. Is it wrong? No. Maybe something you want to explore. Okay? That's called leap from danger. Thank you, sir. Good luck. On Sensei. So, left uppercut. He comes in. I block and I strike. When I block that left uppercut, I want to be sure I'm taking it off the line slightly. I'm also using a little frictional pull to pop him and pull him into the strike here. Now I'm going to take the right hand, smashing the face with a tiger's rake, and hooking to the back of the arm with my left. I'm going to continue raking through and striking with a hammer strike, or that uppercut I told you about, the variation, to the kidney. And then I'm going to take maybe an eye with me as I continue in motion, left leg going up the circle, affecting their left arm, pulling it up and chopping. From here, I'm just going to let that left arm be my guide and hit the side of the face with a nice solid glancing wing strike, cross out, step back, on guard. Okay, let's take a look at this from our second angle. So he's here, I've got a pop, 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 step up and strike back, cross out, on guard. Sir. And that's glancing wing. So, full Nelson. Comes in, starts to push me down. I immediately step out and settle into my stance. And as that's being forced down even more on me, I go ahead and take that left leg, circling it around. Now notice how I really dropped into my stance here and I'm engaging my muscles. Now I've become an obstacle for him. I'm going to gather the legs up. I'm going to pick him up. I'm going to take that right leg and step, and then step again, slamming him into the wall or what have you, or even just dumping him. So that would be the original technique for all of you large Kempoists out there who can handle it. But our version is simply this. We're going to use it as basically a wrestling move, a good body slam. Good old Andre the Giant, right? He comes in, pulls me down, I lock my stance in place here, sweep around, creating that base and grabbing his legs. I'm going to pick him up and I'm going to fall back with him, pulling up and then back down. And I don't want to do this hard because I'll hurt Sensei Gabe. But as I drop him, I will drop down with him and strike him with that elbow right into his solar plexus, breaking his ribs and his body with my body's mass. And obviously from there, we don't want to stay on the ground too long. We can strike, 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 and back up, making our way back up as we fight back. Okay, sir? So that would be twirling sacrifice. Good luck with it. That's an outline for you. It's much easier to practice on some of your friends here at the dojo. So we'll definitely be reviewing that one. Cheers.
I'll be gentle on this one. I go 1, 2, 3, and 4. You see that I'm in.
So the backbreaker. He steps in, I parry, grab, and pull. I fire my knee to the spine, I step back, and I anchor those elbows, making sure that I have complete control here. I take his head, I pull up, snap, chop, double back fist to the collarbone. Take the face, rake again, and then heel stomp right into the collarbone there as I cross out, step back, on guard. Okay? One time, closer to speed. He comes in, 1, kick, drop, hit, strike, hit, down, and stomp. Cross out, step back on guard. Sir, thank you. The backbreaker. So, front kick comes in, I push that away. This second kick, as you can see, is directly aligned to my ribs. I do a rear back crossover here, blocking that. Groin shot, showing, I untwist, catch the groin with the roundhouse ball. Come back around and hook kick the face, crack. cross out, looking in the eyes, and take out his knee. Cross out, step back, on guard. Let's take a look at this from another angle. As he comes in, redirect, go, lock, kick, land, hook. From here, cross out, boom, and on guard. Okay? Yes, sir. And that's rotating destruction.
Right step through punch. Double parry the outside of the right punch and step forward with your left to a reverse wide kneel and buckle the stance. Double strike, back knuckle and claw, and then double strike to the spine. Heel palm through with your left hand, grab the chin, left knee. Then as you step back, pull him down and strike down with a right overhead four-knuckle strike, round kick, and then cover out.
All right, the next technique is called destructive kneel. Now in this technique, what we're going to do is we're going to step forward, and Rick's going to help us, but we're going to step forward as he comes through with an overhead right. We're going to start feet together, and we're going to step in and we're going to do an upward block, but then it turns to an outward parry and it grabs his wrist. Okay, watch again. He comes through with the punch, so we step in and we catch it this way. Now at this point, he put his leg in line to my knee, and so what I'm going to do is take advantage of it. I'm going to heel palm the back of the elbow, but at the same time I'm going to go to a left reverse close kneel, and I'm going to break the elbow but also put pressure and cause injury to the back of the knee. All right, let's try it again. So we step in and we catch, and they work together at this point. Now, from here, I want you to let your arms travel, loop back through, back knuckle to the ribs, and as you do it, I want to heel palm claw to the face. So from here, this catches and then it rips, and you anchor your elbow as you do it. And if you look at my right knee, it's also applying pressure downwardly in sync with the claw to the face. You can see that again from where we were here. I came back and I ripped and dropped down. Now I anchor him in, and then I'm going to do a back knuckle to the spine or the kidney and a punch to the ribs with the other hand from behind. Left over right as I do that. Now, as I do it, I drop again down and bust the ankle, and as I punch, circle around, snake around, and grab his chin. I want a left knee to the spine. Keep your hand checking, and as you plant back, you your hammer fist, turn him, and then roundhouse kick to any available target. Good. Let's try it again, Rick. In fact, let's try from this angle. Come on over here. So we have one. Put the pressure, two, rip, and drop again. Boom. Grab, knee, unwind, and kick. Thank you, Rick. Good.
Right kick, right punch. You're going to match distance by stepping back to a twist stance. A downward, outward parry with your right hand deflects the leg. Parry the upper with a check the elbow with your right. Turn and pivot to a closed kneel with a double punch to the spine and kidney. Grab the coat, open the back of the neck for the target. Grab the far eye, sweep, turn his head and make him look at you, so when you hit your twist stance, you can poke to the close eye. Unwind, back knuckle across the kidney, check the arm down, sweep the leg and take him down. Front kick across the face, position yourself. Side kick across the face, cover out.
Bow. I'm going to start from a right neutral bow. He throws the right front kick, I block. He throws the punch, I parry. And this is where that little advanced snap can take place. These two fingers are just going to curl right over that wrist in a very, very brief moment in time as I double factor and pop. This all takes place within the transition of the right leg stepping behind him in the zone of obscurity. From there, this continues and catches the eye as I step back with the left leg into a right neutral bow facing the spine. My right is going to go low to the kidney. My left is going to punch high to the ribs simultaneously. Strike. From here, I'm going to check his right shoulder as I throw the back fist to the cerebellum. And I'm going to sweep that leg, his right leg with my left, as I catch the eye. Sweep, tapping to the eye poke. From here, I'll catch it with an elbow. As I sweep, pop, drop again. Notice how my left hand also caught him so that I keep him in place where I want. From here, I'll stomp, kick, cross out, step back. On guard. Take that a little faster. Comes in, 1, 2, 3, pop, drop, hit, strike, kick, cross out, on guard. Kick. Stance of darkness. So he throws the first part of this flip kick, which is the front kick, which is meant to fake me out. But I'm already in defense in this particular concept. I'm already moving up the circle out of the way. So as he forms the roundhouse kick, that's when I take out the base leg, okay? So as he comes in, I kick the base leg out, I land with the back fist from the kick, and then I take advantage of the kidney shot there, hitting into the kidney. I flip over, checking the back of the head, basing for the back fist or rising sun punch, bone catching him there, and then either into the chest or the groin with the heel kick. Let's take a look at this from another side. So as he comes in, I block and kick the leg out, back fist, kidney shot, rising sun punch, heel kick, cross out, step back on guard. A couple of variations and targets there for you to play with. As he comes in, I kick the leg out with a knife edge. Again, I said you could use a hammer strike here. That's just a very small variation there. But I can also go boom, boom onto the back of the head, and then I'm already based for the next shot of the back fist, or the rising sun punch. Or I can go boom, boom into the kidney, make sure I check there, take the face off, and then take the heel kick to the groin. Cross out, step back, on guard. So depending on the reaction of your opponent, you can definitely work around and play with the targets in that particular technique. And that would be called Deceptive Panther. Good luck.
Number 13, Escape from Darkness.
So, as these two gentlemen grab a hold, you see the proximity here we're dealing with. I've got to make sure I deal with both of them, so we're going to use a bunch of simultaneous motion. Very compressed, dropping in on my left leg, making sure I have a base and I'm in control of my own balance. I hit this arm, I strike and kick, pretty much all at the same time. From that shot there, I can obviously catch him up as this is forming its weapon. I land and drop into the face here and strike back into the ribs there. From there, I simply throw a front kick, boom, land, back kick, cross out, step back on guard. Okay, let's take a look at this a little more at speed. Okay, from here, I'm going to go boom, shoot, kick, cross out, step back on guard. Okay, and that's Grasping Eagles. Thank you, guys.
The next technique is called unwinding pendulum. And we're going to use a downward block, but we're going to go into a twist stance as we use it. Then we're going to unwind from that twist stance, and that's where it gets its name. All right, with the help of Tim, Tim's going to come from this angle with a right kick and then a right punch. We're going to start in a right neutral bow as he comes. Use a downward block as we do a rear crossover. We're going to unwind as the punch comes with a left inward block. Okay, watch again. Let's show you what I'm doing here. We go 1, 2. Then we're going to sweep his far leg with a right thrusting sweep kick. And then grab the groin as I plant. The claw, or what we call the monkey hand. You can use either one. Now we hit. Then we're going to unwind from here, do a right reverse bow buckle. And then that's going to keep his base elongated, keep him busy and occupied, or we come back and we buckle the opposite leg with another buckle. And we're going to elbow at the same time. Now the elbow's going to hit, and this hand's going to hit the heel, rather heel palm's going to hit the kidney at the same time. I'm going to cross out towards you, and I'm going to do what's called a cobra strike. All it is a horizontal crane strike from this position to the side of the head. And you can see it again as I move from here. And this hand checks the shoulder at this point. Let's try from this angle. All right, so we have a right kick, right block, sweep, buckle, take it out, and catch this way, and you may lose him on that shot. Now, I want to explain something to you about these buckles. They're not there for show. They're there for a number of reasons. While you are manipulating your opponent, they are controlling his height, his width, his depth. When a person is falling, they're more occupied in their mind and they're concerned with the fall, not so much about fighting back at that moment. Also, when we're doing this technique and you buckle the back of his leg, it throws his head right into the action. It's very important. This move increases the power of your move only because it whips his head and his whole body into the action. Remember that. They're not there for show. They're there for a reason. It takes a little more of the adapt to be able to do this, but nonetheless, I want you to practice it. I'm showing you how it works. Be careful with it.
Here, guys. So, they're coming in stacked, okay? From here, he comes in with the left. Parry, parry, back fist, heel palm, chop, grab a hold, take his knee out, using his body as an obstacle, throwing it in front of this guy coming around the corner. Right leg takes an adjustment step off the line, coming into this attack, kick him nice and high into the face. We land with the left leg forward, immediately seeing this guy start to grumble at me. I do that right leg crossover and pop them both with these two fists. Okay, continuing unwinding and out of the stance, I hit that right-handed upward strike, the rising sun punch, cracking this guy here, using that momentum to send me in to a back kick. From that back kick, without even really putting the leg back down, catch him with a front kick, cross out, step back, ongoing. Let's go ahead and take this at a little faster pace here to give you an idea of some time. He comes in, 1, 2, 3, pop, pop, grab, boom, throw him down, kick, land, strike, kick, up, kick, and out. Okay, thank you guys. And that would be Gathering of the Snakes. Good luck with it. And a human being, definitely, with the strikes and everything. So, as he comes in, I'm going to step off the line and slightly up the circle with my left leg. I'm going to use a downward hammer strike for my first attempt in disarming. If you notice when I do so, my left hand is still active as well. The left hand is dropping down as I parry, getting my center line obviously off the line, and then downward striking with the hammer trying to disarm using that radial nerve shot. Immediately when I hit, I'm going to even make an adjustment by push dragging in and grabbing a hold of that arm. When I do so, trying to control the weapon, if he pulls back, he's going to hit it into the groin with a tiger's claw. Okay, now from this position, I do have an opportunity to use a nice solid elbow insert there. Now, here's the next section of exploration. I'm going to use the right elbow wing up against the back of his arm, right up against his elbow joint. As I step back with my right leg, I'm going to use that as leverage here. Then I'm going to turn that into a wrist lock. Okay, think spiral and twig here. Okay, now this wrist lock gives me an opportunity, much greater opportunity than before, to disarm. Whether I disarm myself or whether the wrist lock makes him drop the knife. Now, if I have the knife, I'll show you the original version there. If I end up with the knife in my hand, we'll go through that in a couple minutes. Now, from this position, I'm going to use my chicken kicks, left, right, land with a pak sal, a little slap down check, as I rise up with that first knuckle, two knuckle punch, and then a downward back fist, and then a hammer, and another figure eight downward hammer. Now this hand comes up and around to the back of the arm as I do a front to back switch. I'm going to use that switch to hit and kind of bring him up on his toes a little bit here with my forearm. Now I'm going to use a back to front switch, taking my right leg to my left leg. Now this is my version. I like to strike through here, creating a little leverage here. And I'm going to take my left and take a spread to his right leg. Boom. From here, I'm going to continue bending him over. Originally, it was taught as a hammer to the heart. We're going to chop to the throat. This is a serious situation, definitely serious enough for me to take a kill shot. So to the throat, bam, cross out, step back, unhook. Okay, so a little different than maybe a version that you've seen online, but this is just my take on this technique. This time I'll go over what happens if you do end up with a knife and what the lesson is with the cuts there. So as he comes in, I shoot that first attempt, right? I grab a hold, he pulls in, I strike, I make sure that I keep control of the weapon. I use my first attempt on that elbow, second attempt on the wrist. If I do grab the weapon and I have it in my control here, I throw the chicken kicks, and now I will slice up, slice down. Take it in a reverse grip, slice in, slice up, and then to the back end. From here, I do the same move. Boom, slice and cut through the face, take the leg out, and then stab back. Okay, sir? Now this one's definitely something that you're going to probably need some guidance with in a live lesson with a human being. So absolutely take a look at it. If you're a student and you're using this as a tool to learn it, take a look at the outline, move with it, and then obviously make sure you ask some questions, get yourself on the mats with us, and we'll help you through it. Okay? That's thrusting lance. Good luck.
I'll unfold the door, fall into the categories of darkness techniques, right? Attacks from behind us. First, we have thrust into darkness, where you thrust immediately. Unfold the door, and then escape from darkness is from another flank. So this way, we're kind of covering our darkness attacks from the rear. So this one is from a right flank over to it from 430 as it comes to the kick, or the punch, I'm sorry. I dodge it for a moment, seeing it, slipping, and with a slicing knife escape, return his body a little bit. When that happens, I'm going to come up and I'm going to hit his chest back. Now the idea is use some options. If for some reason, let's say I buckled and he leaned forward doing that, then I catch his face or his chest back up. By doing that, it brings him right into the buckle. All right, at that point. Here's when the darkness unfolds. Now, the reason it's unfolding in the dark is now I'm turning around to see what's there. Okay, and I'm flipping him over. And as he begins to reach for me, I'm tapping him down on top of him, which allows his arm to try to reach up again, so we sweep it in, sizing out, and back out into our neutral bow. I'm just holding the guard. Start from this angle. Okay. And then block, and then back up, and then hit down. Back and then check. Sweep in, and side. Close. Okay.
So as he comes in, there's my first block there. Okay, second block is my left arm. Okay, from here we have a 1, 2, 3. Grab a hold, take his leg, spread him out. From here, continue the circle, back fisting, taking that leg out with a punch to the face. From there, if he decides to get back up, a punch, kick, cross out, step back on the ground. Let's take a look at this from a different angle. How are we going to do that? Let's do it from here again. We'll kind of do it this way for you guys. So, as he comes in, I go 1, 2, 3. Grab, take that leg out, boom, sweep him down, punch, slice that face and on guard, okay? Just a little faster this time for you. Come over this way. A little faster we have. 1, 2, 3, pop, boom, take him down, shoot, pop, and I'm out. Okay? Nice little technique. Okay, cool. That's destructive fans.